The news hit Baltimore like a punch to the gut and completely changed the mood around the biggest game of the season. Lamar Jackson is hurt. The update is not encouraging at all, and suddenly everything that felt possible now feels under serious threat. When your most important player becomes a major question mark in a week with zero room for mistakes, it feels like something very serious is happening behind the scenes. And the scariest part is that this doesn't affect just one game. It affects the Ravens' immediate future. Every detail of this injury, every medical decision, and every hour that goes by could decide whether the season stays alive or ends sooner than anyone expected. Stick with me until the end, because what this update really means goes way beyond a simple injury report. Lamar Jackson didn't practice a single day this week and showed up on the report as doubtful, which in real terms means this: it's far more likely he doesn't play than that he does. And when that label shows up, it never comes alone. It shifts the energy, changes expectations, and puts massive pressure on this game before Saturday even arrives. The problem isn't just Lamar possibly missing the game. It's when this is happening. This isn't a random matchup on the schedule. This is the kind of game where there is no next week to fix things. You either win, or the season starts slipping away right there. Without Lamar, everything becomes harder, slower, and far more limited. When your franchise player doesn't practice at all, the message is pretty clear. The body didn't respond. The recovery didn't progress. And the risk of putting him out there is extremely high. That already forces a coaching staff to prepare a different plan, a different rhythm, and a completely different reality, even without officially ruling him out. And that's where the situation starts to snowball, because Lamar's possible absence doesn't affect just one matchup. It triggers a chain reaction that impacts the offense, the game plan, and everything that comes next. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, you can feel it. This news is just the beginning of an even heavier wave of pressure. When you look at where the Ravens are right now, everything revolves around this Saturday game. They have to win their final 2 games. That's it. No wiggle room, no complicated math, no alternate path. A loss almost certainly means the season is over, especially with so much already out of their control. On top of that, Baltimore doesn't fully control its own fate. They need to win, and also need the Steelers to lose to the Browns on Sunday. That alone is uncomfortable, because it puts the team's future in someone else's hands. Add the uncertainty around Lamar Jackson, and that pressure becomes even heavier. Here's the brutal detail. If the Ravens lose on Saturday, or even if they win but the Steelers also win, Pittsburgh clinches the AFC North before the Week 18 head-to-head matchup. That means the game that was supposed to decide everything could end up meaning almost nothing for Baltimore. And that's why everything feels so tense right now. This isn't just about winning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's about winning to truly stay alive. That overwhelming pressure, combined with uncertainty at quarterback, shows just how fragile and critical this moment in the season really is. When Lamar Jackson isn't on the field, the numbers tell a very clear story. Since 2018, the Ravens are just 8-16 in games he didn't start. That's not bad luck, and it's not random. It's a pattern that's repeated year after year. This season has already made that painfully obvious. Lamar has missed 3.5 games, and the team has won just one of them. In the most recent example, against the Patriots, once Lamar left at halftime, Baltimore simply couldn't respond and ended up losing a game that also carried major weight. That shows how much the offense changes without him. The tempo drops, the play calling becomes more predictable, and opposing defenses can play far more comfortably. This isn't just about individual talent. The entire Ravens system is built around Lamar Jackson. And when you combine that rough history with a game that literally decides a season, the weight becomes impossible to ignore. This isn't pessimism, it's reality. And that reality makes it clear that without Lamar, the challenge against the Packers becomes much bigger than the scoreboard alone can show.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video. But before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
If Lamar doesn't play, Tyler Huntley will get the start. And this wouldn't happen in a calm game, a controlled situation, or a favorable moment. It would happen in the most important game of the season, with maximum pressure and almost zero room for mistakes. Huntley has shown he can manage a game, steady things, and handle the basics. But this is a completely different challenge. This isn't about just not messing up. It's about winning. It's about carrying a team that desperately needs a result to keep the season alive. The Packers' defense knows that. Without Lamar, their focus changes. The defensive plan gets simpler, and the margin for improvisation shrinks. Every third down feels heavier. Every mistake costs more, and the offense has to be nearly perfect just to survive. And this change at quarterback ties directly into the bigger problem. It's not a lack of trust in Huntley. It's understanding the size of the task. And when you look across the field, you realize the drama of this game doesn't stop there. On the other side, the Packers are dealing with their own strange situation. Jordan Love and Malik Willis are both listed as questionable after getting injured against the Bears. Both were limited in practice, keeping the uncertainty alive right up until game time. Still, Green Bay didn't bring in a veteran quarterback this week. That's a pretty clear sign. They believe at least one of them will be ready to play. It's not a guarantee of comfort, but it does show a basic level of confidence in their situation. All of that creates a completely unpredictable game. Two teams under pressure, two offenses surrounded by questions, and a matchup that could define the fate of an entire season. Small details suddenly carry enormous weight because nobody is stepping onto the field in a comfortable position. When everything comes together, Lamar's uncertainty, playoff pressure, the negative history without him, and instability on both sidelines, it becomes clear this isn't just another game. This is the kind of matchup that defines narratives, changes directions, and leaves marks far beyond the final score. This update on Lamar Jackson makes it clear just how big this moment is for the Ravens right now. This isn't just an injury. It's a cornerstone of the team becoming a question mark at the exact moment when every single snap feels like it could decide the season. Without him, the offense changes, the game plan tightens up, and the margin for error nearly disappears, while the playoff clock keeps ticking. That's exactly why the situation has sparked so much debate. How far is too far when the season is on the line? If Lamar doesn't play, do you truly believe this team can survive and keep the season alive? I want to know what you really think. So drop your opinion in the comments. Should Lamar play no matter what, or should protecting his future be the top priority? The truth is, the Ravens have reached one of those moments that define narratives, careers, and entire seasons. What gets decided now will echo far beyond this game against the Packers, and every fan will remember exactly where they were when everything started to come into focus. This is a line between hope and frustration, and the answer comes on the field.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.